It's September 4th with Merican Meck on Pedal to the Metal podcast, and today we're going to be discussing drawing, hats, t-shirts, designs, drawing. Let's go, Meck. We did that drawing of all that alien stuff last time. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's right, my dude. Honestly, I'm actually thinking, cause my brother was actually in the Navy. I was actually thinking about drawing like a couple Navy ships, and then I was just thinking about like putting them on T-shirts and seeing how people like them and all that. And then I was thinking, doing like a couple alien more designs for everybody else, like. From like what people liked in our Discord, they seem to all love that shit. So, you know what? I'm gonna start making more of those. I want to try like customizing them, trying to make them like real bodies, and trying to start like designing them out how they should be.
Oh, you know,
I might even start doing like mystical creatures. Honestly, that should be real, but they aren't real.
yeah, mythical creatures. I like that. That's a good one. So you mentioned a lot there. There's a lot to go on with this topic. You jumped into battleships, then you jumped into it. What was it? And then I know before you talked about aliens, and was there something else I missed there? Am I missing something else?
Aliens, and I was also thinking
mythical
the
creatures.
first one was like a head and a little bit of body, but I was thinking about like making like a full body with like the alien, making him look like a little creeper, so he's walking. And then I was thinking about like making it so like they can have like a gun or like I don't know, something cool like with hands, and they can like, oh, damn, he's cool looking.
So are you speaking of one of the specific 3 alien designs that you did that you're talking about right now, doing more detail in, or am I misunderstanding you here?
Well, I'm thinking about taking the 1 and the 2 into perspective. I'm thinking about like taking the one that you showed me, and I was thinking about like changing the eyes, and yet like making his body like a bit bigger, and then also like making him like a circle head instead of like the weird shape head, and then like redoing his eyes in the middle where they should be like they do on alien pictures, and then I was like gonna make them have facials like how they have like veins.
Oh, I like that.
And then yeah, I was gonna like make something crazy with it.
Weird. So
make them look realistic. What I was looking for, realistic.
I can kind of see it after you explaining that how it could be in my mind. I know it's gonna kind of come out completely different when I see it from you if you do decide to go forward with that. So one of my favorite of the 3 that you drew was the original one, which was it was completely different than the visitors, which I had sent you. I sent you the visitors NFTs I've spoken about a million times on here, in the aliens and what I'm doing with the print on demand stuff. And you chose one of the visitors to draw, and you drew that one, and then you also drew your own kind of, it was like your own design, I believe. Was that I mean, you kind of had, I could see there was some detail in the original one that you drew. And
yeah, I made the eye a little bit too crooked than I wanted to. I was trying to make it like perfectly how it was, but the way I was like writing it, did it.
So go
out perfectly.
I think you're speaking of right now. I think you're speaking of the white armored one with the laugh out loud face.
Yes, sir.
So what I was speaking about before, or what I was trying to get the conversation towards, was the one that was completely different than any of the visitors. It was its own like original art that you had kind of like I think you took some inspiration from the visitors, but it looked like you had drawn one that was completely outside of that atmosphere of things and outside of the visitors art. You kind of had that. You know what I'm talking about? That one that was like nice and it had like a rounder head.
Yep.
Can you talk about that one and how you came up with that?
Well, basically, what I came up with was I looked up real aliens, and I was looking at like a whole bunch of them. Like their eyes were all funny, and I saw like a couple of them that had veins and everything. I was like, you know what? I might as well just like draw something similar to that, but like I should just add a couple of veins and everything, and then I should make like a little body to them. And my next one, I'm thinking about like
Hmm.
making a full body to them.
Okay.
That way, they have like arms and like putting like when I draw the hands, I'm thinking about like putting 6 fingers on him, because then that way, like, oh shit, that's a real alien. Like, holy shit.
So the one that you drew, those things that were on its face were actually supposed to be veins. Is that correct?
Yes,
All
because
right.
I saw a few of the pictures had veins in the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and
What?
that's when I was like, I should move the veins around, trying to make it look like my own, and that's what I did. I made it look a bit cooler, and I just tried to make my own design.
That's my favorite. I mean, that's my favorite because it's obviously original and it's also it seems like it was inspired by a lot of different choices. What did you do? Just go on like maybe a search engine, DuckDuckGo, Google,
I
and
just
search
went
up?
on Google
Yeah.
and I just searched aliens, and I just went on the
Yep.
image.com,
Okay.
and none of them like really had like exact ones that I was looking for.
Gotcha. You
So I
had.
saw one, and I saw one that had like weird veins going through him. So I added like a couple more and a couple more, and then
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like drew out veins.
And how about the roundness to it? It had a lot like the head was very round. Is that something else that you were inspired by those images by or?
Yes, because like there was one I saw that had like a circle, but yet somehow it's a square. The head was weirdly shaped. I had like it was odd. It was creepy. It was creepy
Nice.
to look at. It's not gonna give me nightmares, to be honest, but it was still cool as shit when I was looking at it. So I was like, you know what? I can draw this.
Yeah. So myself, I've been looking at different images of a ton of different alien images myself lately with all of this stuff I have going on with this like print on demand alien visitor stuff. It's like I want to see because I'm making these products like rugs, towels, and, so on and so on with these images on them of aliens, and I'm looking at. So what I'm doing is I'm also looking at other people that have rugs and carpets and or hats and stuff, and like I'm comparing how their designs are to the designs that I'm putting up. I'm comparing the pricing that they're using to how I want to price the products that I'm putting out so that they're attractive to people who are into it and they'd rather choose my product over somebody else's. They'll see, oh, this product is it's priced reasonably, and it's also got a better design on it. The one that Chadwick made is my goal to like be able to say that like and it's obviously this is Mike Mitchell's artwork. I have to mention as I do over, but so we were.
And I'm not gonna lie, he's actually the one who got me inspired of doing this whole entire alien shit, because I like drawing, and I think I could honestly come up with something that's 100% better than what he's doing.
Yes,
I mean,
well,
knock on wood, but I think I can.
okay, well, there's a lot to talk about there with that, and we'll have to go into deeper into that conversation at another time about that specific thing if you're a better artist or not, because there's so much that goes into everything that both of you are. I mean, both of you have your own uniqueness, and that's what's up. So before we started this podcast, we had some like ideas of what we were going to talk about, and we were talking about putting some of these designs that you're making onto like you're currently you're using just a pencil and paper, and we were talking about how are we going to get these designs onto things like you're thinking hats and t-shirts, right?
Hats, t-shirts. Um, Honestly, I was even thinking about doing a few like dragons also because that's my favorite mythical creature, and everybody fucking loves dragons. So I'm thinking about like coming up with like a few crazy fucking designs where I could like make them all connect. Well, like there's gonna be one crazy design that I'm gonna send you, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? This is cool as shit." But yeah, I'm gonna think long and hard, and then draw it, and then possibly get it out onto a T-shirt. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I shared some of your artwork, that all of the artwork actually that we made during the last podcast, and I shared that with the visitors community on their Discord, and some people were commenting that they liked it, and as well, what was cool was that there was this one guy who there's this well guy or girl whatever there was one account that goes by Edit Evening, and they had taken your art and they had reconstructed it to one of the first posts they made is they had the one alien that you had, or the original alien that we were talking about in this podcast with the round head and the veins and so that
Right.
one was put on a t-shirt design, and the guy, and well, I keep saying the guy, but the person, whoever it may be, as Edit Evening said, when merch, and that means like when are you going to start selling this on a t-shirt. And then,
So they actually want me to sell this stuff.
well, I, I don't know, but I can tell you, I believe Edit Evening does. I believe Edit Evening is interested in it. One person, I believe there's one person out there that's interested in it, other than myself, that would be interested in having your stuff. So, and then the other thing was you had created the visitor, the actual visitor with the one that we're talking about with the armor on it, the laugh out loud face on its forehead, and the two big eyes with the like the pipe coming out of its mouth, and some like cool features on it. That one you had drawn with a pen and paper, and then Edit Evening, this great account, this great person out in the world, took your art, took the time to go and edit it, and this is just somebody out there that you don't, neither of us really know this person, and they saw your art and they decided to reconstruct it, and they made it very awesome because they ended up going in and taking your art that you had originally made with pencil and paper, and they put it onto their program, and they were able to design to take your art and you put some kind of cool digital design on it. So it had the green background and it had all of the colors like the visitor. I'll share it. I'm creating it. So for our podcast listeners, we have our podcast on YouTube now. We have our podcast on Anchor. We have our podcast on Spotify podcasts. We have our podcast on Apple Podcasts. The main place to see images as we do this podcast is on YouTube, and I'm going to be posting up all of these images that I'm speaking about on YouTube, so all of you can see what I'm talking about here with American Meck. He's drawn all of these awesome designs around aliens, and he's speaking about doing designs around dragons, and he's speaking about doing designs around battleships, and he's speaking about doing designs around mythical creatures. So we're just it's all talk right now till it happens, right?
Yes, sir. And while we're talking about this on YouTube with the battleships, I want you to realize my brother, his real name's Kenneth, but honestly, I want to respect him. I want to start doing as a cool drawing, and I might customize the battleship that he's cutting on, which is like Dwight Eisenhower's ship. And honestly, I want to start doing some cool designs with the ship, making it look cool, and doing some cool designs for it. I want to outtrip the shit out of that ship, and I want to make that thing look cool, and I want to outdo everything because that's actually the world's oldest ship, And honestly, I think it deserves to look
Heck yeah.
brand new and look really cool.
Heck yeah.
In my opinion.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So yeah, in a way, I kind of want to start them over for my brother. Sorry. Respect him and make it look cool in a way that he would like it to be. Excuse me.
So Merican Meck, we're hitting 15 minutes here, and thank you to Merican Meck's brother for serving in our Navy. I appreciate you out there, and serving our country and fighting for whatever we're going. We know that our Navy's there, and they're going to be able to destroy any enemy that comes at us. If China, whatever's going on in the world, we will just annihilate all enemies because we're America, we're the USA, we're the best country, we have the best Navy in the world. So, go ahead.
And believe it or not, my brother's ship is the world's longest lasting ship out there right now.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's unique.
That's what my brother told me, if I remember correctly.
That's unique. So we're at the end of this podcast. Should we say anything else before we go? Do you want to throw in an ending here?
You want me to close this out?
That would be great.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you always got me and Chad on here. We're always doing Pedal to Metal podcast. We like talking about aliens. We like talking about drawings. We love hearing from you people. Whatever you want to comment in the section, let us know. What do you want us to talk about? Like, what kind of drawings would you want to see us do? And also, like, what kind of mythical creatures do you guys like? So you know what? We pedal metal hard. We do shit right. Pedal Metal podcast lives on to the day we die. We all love you. We will all see you. We all love you. Peace out.
Word, Beck. And I want to just add to that and just say, I think we could do a whole topic about mythical creatures in the future. So thanks everybody for coming and listening to our podcast, and we'll see you all soon.